Welcome, folks. My name is Randy Ahaji. This is where we serve you nothing but the best of breakfast on TV. And I want to believe that you've had a very wonderful weekend. Rising up to this beautiful tune by Perez Music, bringing us to a little after 7 a.m. Rejoice in the Lord, and that greater things He has done for us. For the fact that you and I have life, it's enough to be grateful. It's enough to rejoice. Folks, once again, you are welcome to the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe from the weekend. A lot of activities, right? Issues for us to take a look at. Matters arising. Plenty of the issues on the table for discussion this morning. In the world of sports, of course, a lot is happening in that terrain. Godfred will come your way to bring you all the latest updates with regards to the fallout of the Black Stars from the World Cup, the resignation by the coach, and the issues surrounding the entire performance of the team at the World Cup. It's a conversation that, of course, Godfred will touch on later on the show as well. In the world of entertainment, a lot happened over the weekend as well, and yours truly, Evergreen Asantua, will be here to give us the latest gist with regards to what's happening in the world of showbiz. But beyond all of that, we're still having issues of flood here and there. Just last night, the Interior Ministry issued a statement, or probably they sent a directive, a message, or however you see it, just to caution or alert us. I'm just going to read that part of the message that was shared. I don't know if you have received it, but I want to believe that every other person or everybody has received that notification from the Interior Ministry. It's just to inform and alert us about the weather conditions for the day. And the message reads, especially Greater Accra, they mentioned that moderate rain likely Monday, July 6, 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. 40% chance. Low-lying areas may flood. Avoid flooded roads. Stay alert. So a caution that was issued yesterday by the Interior Ministry. So we're still dealing with issues of the rain, issues about flood here and there. Talking about floods, exactly 1 week, if you recall, last week around this time, it was still raining. People were finding it difficult to find their way out. People were struggling to commute from one spot to the other. But that has not ended all throughout. There are people who are still dealing with the flood situation. Not just Greater Accra. There are about 3 or 4 regions that have suffered this particular heavy floods last week. Volta region is not out of the woods yet. Over the weekend, the regional minister visited some flood victims. A conversation we should be having this morning. Hopefully we get to speak to the regional minister and also the NADMO coordinator to find out what mitigating steps they have taken so far to ensure that they safeguard the people in that part of the country as well. Some parts of the central region also suffered the flood as well. But a lot is happening. But this morning, I am not too much enthused about what we saw on Friday particularly. You recall that there was this announcement on the steps being taken so far by the government. Stella, I don't know if that video is ready. Please, let's push it out. Let's watch that video. I'll come back and we talk about it. The conversation on the steps taken so far, the committee that is being put together to mitigate these flood issues here and there. Let's watch that video.
The developments were not as many on the hillsides, and within 3 years you see densification of developments that are happening in 2026, the same location. I want to proceed to the Densu Weja Basin. In 2010, the image of the Tetegu wetlands would show you on the left that it had barely any development there. But by 2026, half of the land is virtually gone. So the city does not have enough space for water to pond to allow for the runoffs not to disturb settlements. These are images that are showing how developments are proceeding in those areas. The pattern has been people import materials, fail, especially in the dry season, and then wet season, the next cycle of dry season.
So for those of you who watched this particular press briefing, I don't know how you felt, but I was so embarrassed. I was so pained and disappointed in us as a people. Why am I even saying this? Now, you look at the demarcations, and Stella, I'll be glad if you can bring it back. You look at the demarcations that we saw, the white border lines and then the red border lines. You talk about the space of time that we as humans decided to invade the no-go areas. One would ask that simple question. What went through the thinking? Who even issued the statement or issued the permit? Sorry, not a statement, the permit. Who gave you the authority to even get into that space? Yeah, we need to, because before we tackle this, and you see, the reason why I'm bringing this issue is that you listen to commentary, and as usual, we have begun playing the color blame game. We have begun saying, way, and it is because of this, and it is because of that person, and you had the opportunity, and no, there is a root cause, there is a problem. Look at it. Look at how bad it looks on the screen. Years ago, look at the demarcation. So the red lines simply, with the explanation they gave us, the red lines simply means that it is a no-go area, yet people were able to encroach all the way up to that area. Then all of a sudden, fast track to what we saw last year, or this year, sorry, the white lines. People still manage to move beyond the red markings to where the white lines are, and that is what we are having. That is what we are seeing. That is the result we are having today. So if somebody sits somewhere and says, "And I'm buying your way," I don't get it. Look, let's leave the politician alone sometimes. Let's leave the politicians alone sometimes and hold ourselves responsible, the civil servants. The guy who sat at assembly and issued the permit, what went through his mind? Who allowed him to do it? And you see, when you raise these questions, they come back and tell you that, oh, the guy is an appointee, he reports to a superior. Hello. Maybe I may not have heard from the president, but knowing, or at least following and seeing what he is capable of doing, he'll be so glad if you, the MC or the guy at the assembly, you are even able to mention whoever is the stumbling block. Whoever told you to give the permit, go ahead and mention the person's name. I'm sure the president will reward you. Whoever issued the permit. And it is because you have to issue it because there is a pressure from above. There is an external hand. Go ahead and name the person. Mention the person's name. The president will reward you, I'm so sure. And I'm so sure Ghanaians will applaud you. That, oh, yes, you have been able to tell us that it is Honorable Clenham. It is Honorable Clenham who told us that, oh, we should give the permit to Mr. Kofi. Then we'll applaud you for doing a yeoman's job. Because the thing is getting out of hand. You can't think about it. And you ask the questions and nobody seems to have an answer. Yet we sit somewhere and we instigate and insult people for doing nothing. I am lost, and I feel so bad when I saw this video. I mean, look at it. How can we behave like this as humans? And I'm saying that even me, when I'm going to buy a land, once I know that this place is a Ramsar site, my one person will not go there. It is the rich men who, the affluent in society, they are the ones who buy lands around these areas. You and I, how much do you have to buy land here and develop it? Now, again, go back to the assembly. When they start building, don't we have a team or a task force or a committee or whatever you guys call it that go around to inspect? We see the red markings. There is one in my area, Ampo. There is one in my area. I've seen it. They've written on it, stop work, produce permit, blah, blah, blah. But trust me, after 6 months, that building will be tall as heaven. And nobody will say anything. I mean, it's unfortunate. We can't live like that. That is number one. That is one part of it. On the part of authorities, they have the oversight responsibility to ensure that these things don't happen. And look, in the coming days, when they start demolition, we wouldn't want to see anybody go sit anywhere and cry foul. Let nobody go and sit anywhere and say, I have contributed 32 cows to the party. Let nobody go and sit anywhere and say that I have donated this amount of money. And so what? And so what? Are you happy that we have lost about 34 people? Are you happy that over what numbers are misplaced? People don't have homes just because of your recklessness. Let nobody even play the political cards this time around. Because I'm not sure the president will be happy to take that. I'm not sure the task force that is being put in place to do that will even accept it. Remember I said it last week that probably we need to bring back the JJ era, a little bit of it. Maybe some people will be whipped in line. It doesn't make sense. That is one part of it. The other part is us again. Look at it too. We now will do the thing, turn around and say President John Mahama, and hold people who have no idea responsible. Nsio beto. Who di ubola. Quickly, who pata ubola. Pata. Who di koshe Gotham. You think you they do me? You think you they do me? Me. You have gathered bola in your house. You have swept. You know that the thing you are doing is so wrong. That is why you will not even do it in broad daylight for people to see you. You wait. When the clouds gather and they start drizzling, then you look around left, right, center. Then you go and throw the rubbish in a gutter. Thinking you are doing me. Or thinking you are, I'll be smart guy. Yeah, it be me. Look at the mess we find ourselves in this age and era. The monies that, just look at the amount of money that will be used in dealing with this flood issue. When you and I have agreed that we want to reset this country, when you and I have agreed that, look, we need money to fix our roads, we need money to build our hospitals, there is an agenda 111. Government is still committed to it. When you and I have agreed that cocoa farmers deserve better, they will not use money again to go and work on things that you and I have done wrong. Are we moving forward or we are going backwards? Then the same people will turn around. And I watched one woman on TikTok. Look, social media, yes, it's okay to use. It's okay for you to be on there. But be censored in the things you say. I watched one woman said all kinds of things. It's fine. It's okay for you to say those things. But you see, again, when you are called for questions, let nobody come around and sing the chorus, gagging chorus of saying they want to gag her. Freedom of speech. You are entitled to it. You have the right to it. But be censored, be measured in the things you say. Your children are throwing rubbish in the gutters. You are not saying anything about it. You keep quiet. People are building, in unauthorized area, places in your area. You are sitting there, you are watching it as a citizen, where even the national anthem, the anthem talks about it. You need to be a citizen, be patriotic. You sit aloof, watch all these things develop in your areas. Then when the floods come, you turn around and blame the man who is sitting at the seat of presidency far away in Accra. Oh, Charlie, let's stop this. The rains are coming again. That's why I started with the message that the Interior Minister sent. It will come. If not today, maybe tomorrow, within the week, it will come. Are we ready? Or we are still doing the same things that we have done over the years, thinking that things will change? Look at this. Look at the screen. Look at what we have on the screen. They told us that some years ago, this was like there was nothing. You were not supposed to even build there. It was water. Look at the remaining water. Look at it. And he said when it rains heavily, the water shouldn't find its way. It will break homes. But please, let's get serious with these things. Anyway, riding on that, we'll come back from the break and talk about the incident in the Volta region as well. What are the mitigating factors? But as I told you, the weather still looks, bleak indeed. The caution is that it might rain. The temperature currently is hovering around 26 degrees Celsius. So please, we advise you that once you are about stepping out, ensure you safeguard yourself. Either you carry an umbrella or you carry a raincoat. If you don't have any important thing to do in town, Charlie, prepare some amokple, fetilitoto, eat at home. You can still work at home for nothing at all. Last week we had a similar experience. People work from home. Don't rush it. Stay safe. And please, motorists, we beg you, don't play the Superman. Don't play Captain Planet. It be movie. Oh. Don't try to be Batman and ride through or drive through when the flood is thick, when the water is, so heavy that no one wants to pass through. But you want to show level. Please, no, don't play the hero. We beg you. This one is I'm begging you. Don't try it. Park. Pebebiana safety or honor and then call share what I say. And avoid the big billboards because also they are falling off. Remember last week when it rained heavily, trees fell onto the roads and stuff. So please be very careful where you find yourself. Once it's raining and once you realize that it's about to rain, find a safe haven, hide yourself. I'm sure as humans as we are, as hospitable people as we are, when you walk to any shop, any office, you tell them that, oh, please, I want to just ride here. They will agree. Please, let's stay safe out there. Let's take a quick break. When we return, of course, the show continues right here on WoezorTV. This is the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. But quickly, before we go, the motivation for the morning. Your time is limited. It's living someone else's life. You have limited time on earth. Make judicial use of it. Be productive. That is the word.
The world's biggest football festival is here and Ghana is watching together. This June, the Ghana TV Consortium brings you the FIFA World Cup 2026 live and free to air on GTV, Joy Prime, GTV Sports Plus, Adum TV, WoezorTV, Metro TV, UTV, Original TV, Garden City TV, Obono TV, GH1 TV, Ago TV, Onya TV, TV3, Max TV, and Sporty TV. 3 host countries, 48 teams, one unforgettable tournament. Follow every moment of the Ghana Black Stars journey, every rivalry, every goal, and every celebration. Enjoy crystal clear high-definition broadcast with expert local analysis and the passion only Ghanaian broadcasters can deliver. From the opening whistle to the crowning of champions, your football home is right here. The FIFA World Cup 2026. One nation, one consortium. Ghana TV Consortium, bringing you the best of the World Cup. Brought to you by SportyBet, Star Oil, MTN, Pepsodent, Kivo, Polytech, Lavance Tomato Mix, and Heaven Insecticide Spray.
Okay, next one. Sit down. Look to camera.
This is what it looks like to be exceptional, to stand out from the crowd, to make history. But what if women didn't have to be exceptional? What if they didn't have to be the first, the best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
All right, so welcome back. Many thanks for still staying with us right here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. The team is ready, but of course, before they even join, so we don't miss out on the early reactions from our guests, let's just quickly get onto the phone lines and speak to the Volta Regional Minister, Honorable James Gunu. And as I indicated, and of course, we'll be playing out some videos from the region, the situation as looked over the weekend. They have not been spared as far as the flood is concerned. But how hard have they been hit with the situation? What are the mitigating factors being employed by the government over there? Honorable, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning, and good morning to your audience. By the grace of God, I'm good this morning.
Okay, very honorable. Let me just first of all take, I mean, the opening remarks on this particular issue. How dire has the situation been like since this whole flood issue popped up?
Thank you very much. Let me say good morning once again, and also express our sympathy to the persons who have been affected across the region. On behalf of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama and the government, we express our heartfelt sympathy to the 54,741 persons who have been affected by this flooding in the Volta region. 12 districts and municipalities have been affected badly by this particular development, and we are trying to manage the situation. And 66 communities across the region, and some of the districts affected are Keta Municipality, Angloga, Ketu South, Ketu North, Akachi South, Akachi North, South Town, Central Town, North Town, Ho Municipality, and Adaklu. 12 of our districts out of 18 have been affected by this disaster. And as I indicated earlier, 66 communities experienced this flood, and a lot of people have been affected to the extent that we sympathize with them, and we are taking the necessary steps to ensure that they get the first aid relief items. In fact, we got some from the Honorable MP for Adaklu, who doubles as the Roads and Highways Minister, and then the National Disaster Management Organization. They have also responded. And one of the issues we identified is the excess water in the lagoon, the Keta Lagoon. So over the weekend, we fell on the expertise of the Volta River Authority and the Keta Municipal Assembly. And then on Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, they have opened the floodgates at Keji. So the excess water is now flowing directly into the sea to reduce the water level in the Keta Lagoon. We have also identified the challenges at the estuary. We have a situation where the experts are saying that the estuary is filtered, and as a result, the water from the Volta Lake is not able to flow consistently into the sea, and that is also another thing affecting the communities along the river bank. And then we've also realized that a number of schools have been affected. Number of health facilities, cheap compounds, have been affected by the floods, and some communities are totally cut off. And if they want to move to other parts of the region, they have to use a canoe to access health facilities. So it's a very serious situation that we are dealing with, and we also thank His Excellency the President for his proactiveness, by asking the Finance Minister to release some funds to communities, that have been affected by this unfortunate incident. We are hopeful that now that the lagoon is flowing into the sea, once the water level in the lagoon reduces, the situation will come to normalcy as far as some communities around Keta and its environs are concerned. So, Randy, Volta region, we are also experiencing a very serious challenge, but we are managing the situation. But the reports I have from the National Disaster Management Organization, it indicates that about 11,933 households have also been affected, and 5,004 houses affected, by this flood. However, I believe that once we are able to reduce the water level and also do some dredging in some of our streams, and then the bigger one being the estuary desilted, I believe that we will be able to overcome these challenges. We also need storm drains in some of the district capitals. Storm drains need to be constructed in order to accommodate the volume of water that comes during heavy rains. And we are in touch with the Ministry of Roads and Highways, the Department of Urban Roads, and other stakeholders in order to prepare ourselves adequately for these challenges in the future. The farms are also not left out. We have about 5,830 acres of farmlands, with people having crops on their farms being affected currently. And per the report, we also have 98 facilities comprising roads, bridges, culverts, deep compounds, and other health facilities, drainage systems, all being affected by this, flood in the region. And so you can see clearly that the southern part of the region have been hit up to the middle part, but the northern part, which is from West, South Dying, Pando, even though Pando, South Dying, North Dying are also close to the Volta Lake, they have not been hit. And then Hawkware and Afajato South have been left out of this disaster. But
okay, now
we are hopeful that this should be the last time that we experience this kind of situation.
Well, Honorable, of course, that's what everybody will be hoping for. But I'm curious about the situations, how they happened. I mean, for instance, Ho has no case of, the traces of lagoon or any major river body. What really contributed to the incident that occurred precisely in Ho?
Yeah, we identified some challenges, as I said, regarding drainage systems, storm drains that can accommodate the volume of water that comes from the various areas within the municipality. Once the drains are filtered and they are not big enough to accommodate the volume of water, definitely the water will find its own path into people's houses and the rest. That is the situation as far as who is concerned. And then we also have a place like Agotime. You see the river Toji, the river Toji actually is the one that needs to be drenched, so that it can run freely towards its direction. But once the river overflows, it bounds, definitely it goes into people's houses to affect. Then that is what happens. So we have this river Toji that runs through districts like Akachi South, South Town, down to join the Dying River, So multiple factors, actually affected complicated the situation that we saw the last time. But then, as I indicated, we are finding the solutions. The medium, the first thing that we need to do is to ensure the safety of the people, to ensure that whatever they've lost, at least government through the assemblies and the NADMO, we are able to assist the people, and then the medium-term measures that we need to put in place, and then the long-term measures to ensure that we do not have this incident happening in the future. We are going to do that, and we have started. So we will do our best to ensure that we save the situation going into the future. So once again, let me thank the municipal assemblies. They have, actually responded promptly. Then also the MDCs and the MPs in the region, and then the Volta River Authority also, coming in at the time that we needed them most. They came to help us open the floodgate. That particular flag gate, I'm looking at a situation where we don't have to be opening it as and when. If the water level in the lagoon goes higher, it should flow automatically into the sea. So fortunately, the current position of the flag gate falls within the Keta port, and we have been told by the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority that it will be relocated to a place. So I believe that in relocating this floodgate and redesigning one, we need to factor a system where automatically, when the water levels in the lagoon is higher, then it flows directly so that we don't have communities, flooding during the heavy rains as we saw. I must also commend our traditional authorities for the roles they play, the religious leaders. We all came together to help the situation, but we still have some other challenges that together we need to solve. Let me also appeal to corporate Ghana, philanthropists, and well-spirited people who want to help to come in and help us save the situation completely and assist victims of this disaster that has occurred in our region.
Very well. Honorable, thank you. Thank you so much for speaking to us this morning.
My pleasure.
Very well. Viewers, there you heard the regional minister of the Volta region also speaking on the situation in the region or parts of the region. I don't know. Hopefully, we'll establish contact with the NADMO coordinator as well. What have they been able to do so far? What are some of the challenges they have also faced as an institution with regards to what's been happening? But now is here now. Good morning.
Good morning, Randy.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
How was your weekend?
Great.
Okay, very well.
It was a very, very great weekend, I must say.
Yeah. Very great weekend. Yeah. I hope it didn't rain in your area this weekend. Though.
No, it didn't.
It didn't rain.
Oh yeah, there was sun on Saturday or sun yesterday too.
They predicted yesterday and this morning, but it didn't
Charlie.
happen. It didn't happen. Anyway, but talking about the flood issues, I mean, so earlier we played back the press briefing.
Yeah.
Now I said that I had a mixed feeling when I watched the video. I watched the press briefing. I was sad, one, and I was angry. Sad in a sense that a human attitude. So there has been a demarcation, a clear indication of no-go areas. So like the Ramsar site.
Yeah.
And you and I know that we can't even build or develop over there. But people have gone to build over there.
Yeah.
People sat in the offices, issued permits, allow people to go and do their development over there. People sat in the offices, waited and allowed people to develop their buildings into fully furnished structures. Look at it now. And you tell me that I shouldn't be angry. And why I got even angry is that he turned around, these same people turn around and call people out for the rubbish they have done by themselves. Now look at it.
Yeah, this is Malam.
Okay, that is Malam, right?
Market. Yeah, there's a Ramsar site there.
So on the left is which year is that?
2010.
2010. So as of 2010, the only group of people we see with more like encroachment is the small stretch that we are seeing, right? But bring it to 2026. Look at the numbers.
Oh yeah, now there are warehouses and
buildings. What is this? Now are they?
I know. Funny enough, it's just under the overpass down there now.
It be there the 13th day.
Everywhere, everyone wants to build somewhere. They just want to build in Accra. So anywhere and everywhere, it's okay. I know how, I think someone like that was saying it somewhere last week, that they would call this Aboboya people who carried it, who collect the trash along the street, and then let them come and dump it there to fill up the place, and then they will build. So they don't even buy sand, they will use refuse to fill and to raise it for them.
So that becomes the foundation. So it drives the water away.
Yeah.
But it moves to where? The next destination. Then it rains, it finds its way, because ordinarily or naturally, that's the waterway.
Yeah.
Then you have decided to use your artificial way to change it. Now look at it. And the thing is that it is going. It is going. It is going. You see? And when you say it, when you speak to engineers, they tell you, now, there is actually nothing wrong building on water. Right. Because there are nations or countries that have done it. Even, let's say, in Ghana, Nzulezu, is that the pronunciation? I mean, a very beautiful city on water. Are they not surviving?
They are.
We can do it, but we need proper planning.
Exactly.
We need to do it, devoid this sort of, I mean, recklessness. You do it and design a proper way for the water to find its way. You don't do it haphazardly and think that it will change. Nobody should come and convince me that we can blame anybody for this.
No one.
Except us. Nah. Yeah. Look at it on the screen. When indeed that water body can even be developed into a proper means of transport.
Yeah.
So now, Godfred moving from Kasua to Accra will not have to join the long queue, go through the hassle of traffic, to be beaten by the rain again.
Oh. It is well.
If I am going to Aflau or Lome, okay, let's say Aflau, I don't need to use the pram advanced stretch of the hard road. If there is a proper means of transport on the water, why not?
Yeah.
You just use it simple, I mean, I thought about this and I said, look, it will even reduce these unnecessary accidents or the severity of the accident cases.
Yeah.
Once you are well protected in your water, what's the name, the vest and all of that, you are well safe. But how can we do this? Now, again, the issue about human attitude. The people living in these areas or these communities, when people come to build, what do?
Nothing.
They don't ask questions.
No.
They don't speak to the assemblymen. And where are the assemblymen?
The assemblymen, master, they will tell you it's not their work.
It is. So what is their work?
They will run away from it.
You see the kind of people we elect as assemblymen?
They will run away from it and wait till the flats come and then, TV people come with cameras. That one they will talk.
No, now.
But the actual work on the ground,
they will not do it.
It's a few. Randy is a few.
And that is why we need to look at the people we elect at the local level.
Well,
now, look, the governance of the governance structure, the local level is more important.
Yeah.
Too. The people we elect at the base, they form that group that elects the people for us at the top.
Very true. But again, you see, our local governance system is not. They should be on their own. If you look at other countries, let's not go far. Let's go to Nigeria. How many times do you find the influence of the central government? Yes, the central government has the oversight responsibility of taking care of the local government, like making sure that things are done, checks and balances are in right places. But the local government has some power over the local people. But what do we see on our side? I think it was on Saturday I was writing about the local governance system and how central government's influence overrides their power and things. Look at the District Assembly Common Fund. They give you how to the demarcation starts from from the very top. Before the money gets to you, it's been given to you how you should run it. Meanwhile, you are on the ground and you know how you should do it. Right? But it's not like that. In our case, the local government, the people in the central government are teaching what the local government people should do. Okay? In an instance where the people, authorities in manning the local government, the governance system should be voted or elected for by the people who know them and know that person A or person B is competent, the central government appoints. And so you are there and they bring somebody to you, whether the person knows what he's about or not. They said this is your leader and you must work with the person. And so the person having been elected or having been appointed through political means is not going to do your bidding, remember. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so for our local governance system, a lot needs to be done about it, Randy. A lot needs to be done about it. If we really want to see some real change on grounds.
Well,
because tell me, why should the president be the one going around to check where there's flood and where there's no flood? What happens to the MMDAs?
Exactly.
Where are they? President has to sit in aircraft and be looking at what is going on ground. There have been people who have been appointed, people who have been elected to over. Charlie.
And that's what I'm saying, that look, if for nothing at all, if your municipality or your district has this case of flood, and we dig into it and realize that one of the factors is actually human behavior, we'll sack you. By now, people should resign. Now, people should learn how to resign in this country.
No, they won't.
Without being asked to.
They won't.
No, because it serves a purpose.
Yeah.
Your integrity will be attacked. Earlier on, I was having this conversation with Clenham, and Clenham mentioned that maybe for fear of victimization, the DC or the MCs can't come out and mention the interference. So the argument is that, okay, because the MC can tell you, don't build here. He will decide not to sign the permit and all of that. But because there is a political interference and external interference, you are afraid, so you allow it to happen. I'm saying that, no, look, forget victimization. I'm sure the president will even applaud you or elevate you. If you now, as the MC for Ayawaso West, you are able to tell us that Honorable Randy has told you that, allow me to build on waterways, I'm sure the president will applaud you because you are bringing out the truth. Right? We want to see it. So if we can't sit down and say that can be an excuse as to why we can't know who we can hold responsible. Let's start off with the people who issue the permits. Who signs it? Who goes out to do the monitoring?
Yeah.
These things are not places, or these places are not in isolation. They are in municipalities, they are in districts, they are in regions. So where did they fall? Which municipality? When did they even build this structure? Who signed that document? Who allowed them? When they were on, because of course ECG went there.
Yeah.
Waterworks went there. Yes, water went there. Internet went there. The telcos that went there. None of them asked the question. Because now you watch the pictures and the videos. The buildings we are seeing, it is not about you and I. You and I, we can't. Even to raise that foundation, we no go fit.
No fit.
The ordinary trotro man no go fit. It be them, the people who they wear the suit and tie.
I thought they are party financiers.
Yes.
Do you have anything to say?
And that, so let's name them. And so you see the likes of the people who shouted, and I'm between Nentry 32. Those guys, we need to lash them a second. Now we don't want to hear that. Name and shame the people. Then look, it will dawn on all of us that next time when it happens this way, this person, this is how we'll deal with you. Now we can't allow recklessness and indiscipline to destroy the country. I am afraid because I don't have anywhere to go. Maybe you have a good family that when it happens right now, visa and everything is ready for you to go. Yeah, maybe Clenham with his skin color, he can easily go to Liberia.
Of all places.
Where? I wanted to mention Libya. Because he even looks like a Libyan. Guy, his skin color, he looks like a Libyan. Man. No, but that is it. Now, where do we go? Where we go go? A country that by no form of any accident, 34 people died. 34 for what?
Some have not been.
Not at all. So I told somebody that 34 is because we have seen them.
Yeah.
The ones we have not seen, the ones we don't know about. What happens? The numbers could be more.
Yeah.
And so what? Rain, it fell. So then at the end of 2 days, we are counting losses and we are counting dead bodies. Because Kofi decided to go and build in waterways, and Ahmad decided to sit aloof and watch Kofi do nonsense.
That's what little Ahmad can do.
Ahmad needs to talk.
How?
I always tell you, I have not been to Abrochi before. But at least from the movies and from the conversations we've had with people now, when they notice some sort of irregular activity in an environment, they call police. They raise alarm. We can do the same here.
Ghana police, they'll tell you to pay for their fuel.
You are not reporting to Ghana police. In this case,
the assembly, you will still pay for fuel. Or you don't know them, Randy. You've not engaged with them before.
That I want to report a genuine case,
You've
I need to pay.
Hey, you will buy fuel. Meanwhile, there are fuel allocations for them, but there, you have no idea. You will buy fuel for them. How many people? My mother, she won't do that. She'll sit down and watch it happen.
And
Don't have fuel money. Don't take 300.
Because now we have a role to play as citizens.
Oh yeah, we do. But
the citizen
are the people you are going to report to ready to do whatever has been taxed by them to do?
Oh my God.
Are they ready to do that? Or they'll tell you, Randy, yes, you have reported the case, but yes, you buy fuel. Are you ready to pay for the fuel? Are you? Imagine they're not going to take 300, they're going to take 500. Not less than 1,000 Ghana cedis is what they're going to take. Do you have 1,000 Ghana cedis to spare? Do you?
And also, that's what I'm saying. So if you are paid for, to do that service, and you fail to do it, as part of your KPIs, you are marked based on those things. If you have failed, you get the hell out of there.
Well, there's a monitoring and evaluation system in those.
Don't you have an institution like that?
Does it work?
But so get them out.
You see, the whole system.
Nah, get them out.
The whole system.
If we don't start sacking people, this will not change.
You will sack them and their godfathers will come and beg for you.
You arrest the godfathers. Arrest those godfathers. They are nation wreckers. Those godfathers are nation breakers. They are the ones who want to kill the nation before us. They are the ones who are above 50 and 60 years.
Oh, yeah.
How old are you? How old am I? The country belongs to us. Eventually they will die. Sorry, but eventually they will go. 60 years.
You know, funny enough, there are some of the people that enjoyed the very good system the country used to have.
They are the ones who belong to the elite.
Oh, yeah.
The elitism we keep talking about, they belong to them.
Oh, yeah.
They are the ones doing this thing to us. They are the very ones who are hurting us. The very innocent people. They don't care about the people on the street. They don't care about the hard work people go through, the struggles, the hassle people go through every day. Because you and I can't even buy a piece of land at the Ramsar site. Do you know how much it costs? Then when the problem comes, it is Amano who is struggling. Look, I saw them bring out 2 babies, like two kids. In one of the videos, 2, they view me, they view Suola. They view the Kakra for 10 years old. Yes. You think the rich man Peking go there part of that?
No way.
The rich man Peking is in America by now. The rich man Peking is in UK going to one of the best schools. It is you and I. So please, again, maybe lastly on this before we take a break. We the people living in the slums too, we are part of the whole issue. The slum, we are part of the issue. We they cause most of this too. Because tell me, why would you go and throw your rubbish in the gutter? Because we're talking about the people, the rich, the affluent in society. They have gone to buy the lands at the Ramsar sites, at the waterways, at wherever they ought not to have done. That's their part. They have done that already. But you and I also have a different role to play, which is simple. Keep our environment clean, neat. Report. So you have a site where they say, oh, it's a waterlogged, but you're going to build your kiosk, some small kiosk. So there is a kiosk estate around. And now if you watch carefully, most of these areas, there are kiosk estates too. Because they are developing sites. They are new sites. So you have kiosks all over. Kiosk for, are you reporting? When you see these big men come around to build, you go to this Nana Chrome and those areas. It's the same issue. Assemblyman who can actually go to the assembly and ask questions. If we don't do it, these things will continue to happen. And it is the Amano, Ajovi no, Akuno. It be we go suffer. We will beg you. Maybe we'll find a way out. But fortunately, I think government has committed some funds to mitigating these issues as well. So it is good news. Government will play its role. But how about you? How about you? In the coming days, there will be more demolitions. And this time, it is the soldiers who are in charge. The soldiers, so they will do a good job. They promise that they will do a good job. They just need cooperation. So if you give them a proper cooperation, they of course give us a good job as well. Anyway, that is it with our early morning conversation here now. Maybe we need to take some. Okay, Okay, so let's wrap it up quickly with the NADMO coordinator for the Volta region as well. Just a quick one on the latest update. The minister has painted a picture of what's been happening, but let's find out what they have been able to do, what they have given out to some victims of the flood situation in the part of the region. Mr. Pascal Agbagba is the regional coordinator of NADMO. He is also joining us by phone. Mr. Agbagba, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Thank you for joining us. Yes, it is clear the situation is quite dire, but from NADMO's point of view, what have you been able to do to help the flood victims in the region?
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity that you have granted us this morning. We have gone round together with the regional minister to have first-hand information of the situation. We can say that currently we have about 12 districts that have been affected by floods. So what we have done, to make it simple, is that first we have gotten some support from our road minister, Honorable Abuja. He has gotten some relief items for the people. Subsequently, NADMO is also giving us some support. But as we speak now, the NADMO one has not reached the region yet. We have gotten the one from the regional, the roads minister, and that one, we are in the process of sharing it today, this morning. Apart from that, we've gone to, what? Go, I'm on phone, though. Apart from that, we can say that we've gone to see some of the schools that have been affected. And some of the schools cannot continue to be in school because the place is inundated, the school compound is inundated. So what we did was to consult the education directorate to close down the schools. And they have done that. In some of the communities, we had to provide boats or canoes to be carrying people from one place to the other. So we have also gone together with the engineers of the various assemblies affected, and they have identified some of the problems. And at some places, we have to open up the water. We have to, because people have blocked the waterway by buildings or by fence walls, we had to do that. Then one of the major things we did was to open up the spillway at Azizaji to be able to allow free flow of the lagoon into the sea. So I can say that at the moment, these are some of the things we have done. Unless there are further questions that we have further.
I think that's well said and well explained to us as well, Mr. Baba. We'll end it there. Thank you so much.
Yo, thank you.
Very well. There you heard the NADMO coordinator of the Volta region also speaking to us, Mr. Pascal Agbagba. Now, so it's about 3 regions that have suffered so far with regards to this whole flood issue. I mean, so we just pray that this does not happen again and again.
It does not happen again. The onus lies on us.
Yeah.
It comes down to us, our everyday activities.
Yeah.
Because in the midst of all these rains and floods and all that, people are still counting their losses. You still find videos circulating where people are still dumping refuse into gutters.
Charlie, and that's one. Those people, let's lash them.
If you lash them right, the human rights people to come and talk about their human rights being infringed upon.
Who are the human rights
they
people?
Are there. If they let things happen right now.
I don't know the guys who are wearing the suit and ties. You see the program I'm talking about. Forget me, I'm not a suit and tie person.
They are the ones, Randy. They are the ones. And they'll come and talk about human rights, human rights. You see, when the person was doing all those things, that's in the long run would cost the society a lot. No one was there to say, hey, Jai, hey. One guy like that, in the midst of the rain, like the drainage was already flooded, though, and the guy was putting rubbish. So I quabba bear like 3 times.
Oh.
People are
the one in a wheelbarrow.
No, not a wheelbarrow. This one, he was wearing some boxer beer and holding like a basket kind of thing. Then was like, we've seen you. This is like the 3rd time you are coming.
Hey, so they should trace that person. Ghana police trace that guy. There is evidence. Trace that guy. Let him deseal that gutter.
Oh yeah. For
the remaining of the month. Okay, but that's some sort of good news now. Just to add to read. Whilst we're dealing with the flood issues, government of Ghana also has settled some $700 million Eurobond obligation. So the loans there we they pay off to clear the way. I mean, and to resuscitate the economy. Okay, but that's the statement on the screen. All right, so I think it's a conversation definitely we should be having later as well. But before we go on the break, a message here says that what are the churches also doing? All these affected individuals are in one way or the other in churches. Government can do just a little. And I agree with you, Clenham, that of course, as far as the lending of helping hands are concerned, the churches can also help. All right, so let's see, maybe. We've seen that before. When did we even record that documentary in Agave? Was it in 2023? Yes, when that flood happened. It was in
2023. Hey, so soon.
Yeah, so soon.
Wow.
So we had some churches also come on board to support as well. So maybe hopefully this time around we'll still see more of that happening. People really need help. People are going through it. There is a lot going through people. On that note, let's take a break. When we come back, we celebrate some people and then head into the other segment. Okay, let's do birthdays quickly now.
Okay. Before we go for the break, right. So, today is 6th July 2026. If you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday to you, and we share with you on your special day. But coming back from the weekend there, let's do some belated birthdays. Let's celebrate some people. Okay, this is Jennifer Okai. Belated happy birthday to you. May your year be blessed. May your year be amazing. 58th NUC Secretary for Innovation and Skills Development here, Jennifer Okai. Belated happy birthday to you. And this coming from Abigail Amponsa to you. So away from Jennifer, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. Erasmus, belated happy birthday to you. Have a blessed day and have a great year. We celebrate you. Away from Erasmus, who are we celebrating again this morning? To the ever amazing Fatih Ali, belated happy birthday to you, beautiful. The Fulani girl doing great things. We celebrate you so much. Yesterday was your birthday. Cheers to everything good. Cheers to everything amazing, and may this year come with lots and lots of blessings from Allah. Have a blessed one. Have a great year, Fatih Ali. Away from her, let's see who we are celebrating again. Okay, so that will be it for belated birthdays here. Now let's get into our list of celebrants for today here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Abel Manome, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. May your year be blessed. May your year be beautiful. Happy birthday to you, Abel Manome. Away from Abel, who are we celebrating again this morning? Audrey.
Oh, Nali.
Please help me.
Nalikem.
And the surname is
Ugomebu.
Okay.
Audrey Nalikem Ugomebu.
Audrey, happy birthday.
I think, but no, she celebrated her birthday on Friday. Yeah, on Friday.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Happy. Belated birthday, happy birthday. Everything's up to you, Audrey. May your year be blessed. I like the design of her dress. It's nice. Happy birthday. Is she your niece?
Yeah.
So it's from your uncle Randy. How old is she?
Nali should be 10, 12.
Okay, so 1,000 Ghana cedis for
no
her.
problem about that.
All right, so Audrey, see uncle, he will give you money. God bless your new year for you. Away from here, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. Bishop Kobe Dankwa, happy birthday to you. May your year be blessed. May your year be beautiful. Wish you the very best that life has got to offer. And yeah, have a great year. Bishop Kobe Dankwa. Away from him, let's celebrate Dorothy Amaya. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Dorothy Amaya. Have a blessed year. Have a beautiful year. And may this year be a great year for you. May the lines fall in pleasant places for you, Dorothy Amaya. Happy birthday to you. And away from Dorothy, who are we celebrating again this morning? Emanuela Chantain, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. And this is coming from Princess, Prince, and the rest of the family to you. They all wish you a blessed year, a beautiful year. So yeah, have a great one. Happy birthday to you. Away from here, let's celebrate Osei Foster Kosi Prezo. Okay, happy birthday to you. Toby, this is coming from Randy to you. You have anything to tell him?
I love you, my guy. Happy birthday.
Yeah, so the happy birthday to you, Osei Foster Kosi Prezo. Away from him, let's see who we are celebrating again here this morning. Patience Ado, it's your birthday today. This is coming from Frimpong Ronnie Emmanuel, executive assistant to the Ifijakwa Brain North DC. Ronnie says, wish you a happy birthday. Said, I wish you all the best in all your endeavors, particularly in your final exams this year. So yeah, Patience Ado. This is coming from Ronnie. Berlin Patience is also called Ahmad Benevolent to you. Happy birthday to you, Patience Ado. This is coming from Ronnie to you. Enjoy your year. Away from Patience, who are we celebrating again this morning? Pastor Ruben Ajale, happy birthday to you. From the entire family, we all wish you a blessed year, a beautiful year. Have a great one. Also for, and may the Lord bless you so much. Happy birthday to you. Away from him, who are we celebrating again this morning? Solomon Edu Apau, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. NASPA president for Kintampo North. Yes, Solomon Apau. Happy birthday to you. May this year be a blessed year for you, an amazing year, and may the Lord continue to bless you in all that you do. So yeah, NASPA president for Kintampo South actually. So Solomon Edu Apel, happy birthday to you, and may this year be a great year for you. Enjoy your year. Away from him, do we still have some more celebrant for today? Okay, so a belated notable birthday going out to gospel musician, songwriter Joseph Oscar Ni Ama Metal, popularly known as Joe Metal. Say happy birthday. Belated happy birthday to you. Thank you so much for all you do for the Christian community in Ghana and the world at large. Thank you for being a great blessing to all of us. And yes, we celebrate you so much. Have a blessed year, Joe Metal. So that'll be it for birthdays this morning here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Please do well to keep your wishes coming in to our WhatsApp number 055-269-7939. 055-269-7939. Let's share in your special day and that of your loved ones. Keep your wishes coming in 3 p.m. the day before your birthday so we can work on it and share with you on your special day. Let's take a quick breather. Be back with more.
there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. The whistle goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
The world's biggest football festival is here and Ghana is watching together. This June, the Ghana TV Consortium brings you the FIFA World Cup 2026 live and free to air on GTV, Joy Prime, GTV Sports Plus, Adum TV, WoezorTV, Metro TV, UTV, Original TV, Garden City TV, Obono TV, GH1 TV, Ago TV, Onya TV, TV3, Max TV, and Sporty TV. 3 host countries, 48 teams, one unforgettable tournament. Follow every moment of the Ghana Black Stars journey, every rivalry, every goal, and every celebration. Enjoy crystal clear high-definition broadcast with expert local analysis and the passion only Ghanaian broadcasters can deliver. From the opening whistle to the crowning of champions, your football home is right here. The FIFA World Cup 2026. One nation, one consortium. Ghana TV Consortium, bringing you the best of the World Cup. Brought to you by SportyBet, Star Oil, MTN, Pepsodent, Kivo, Polytech, Lavance Tomato Mix, and Heaven Insecticide Spray.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer.
Let me repeat that. 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer disease.
1 in 12. That could be your dad, even your older brother, uncle, or grandfather.
You need to make sure they are not embarrassed to speak to you or their doctor about it.
Hey, Dad, have you had your prostate checked out? See? How hard is that? It's easy. Just start the conversation.
Prostate cancer is survivable if caught and treated early enough.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
Or we can be the generation that ends it for good. Malaria must die, so millions can live.
Time now for the WoezorTV report. Let's take a look at the headlines. Many thanks for joining us. Now let's settle in for the details. President John Dramani Mahama has expressed appreciation to Sierra Leone's President Julius Maada Bio for visiting Ghana last Friday to commiserate with the country following the devastating floods that affected parts of the Greater Accra region and the coastal areas. President Mahama said President Bio conveying the condolences and solidarity of the government and people of Sierra Leone to Ghanaians who lost loved ones and those displaced by the disaster, describing the gesture as a true demonstration of African brotherhood. The president disclosed that preliminary assessments indicate nearly 48,000 people were displaced by the floods, with 12 fatalities confirmed and 7 people still unaccounted for. He said the Ghana Armed Forces and the Joint Task Force have since been deployed to clear waterways, remove debris and restore normalcy in affected communities.
Bilateral discussions, and I wish to again express our appreciation to President Julius Maada Bio for this visit. It's actually in the tradition of Africa that when your neighbor or your family face calamity, it is normal for you to come and visit and express your sympathies and condolences. And so we welcome him as a brother, an African brother, a member of the family, and we appreciate very much his message of sympathy. And so
now the government has unveiled a national post-flood cleanup and recovery exercise to mitigate the impact of the devastating floods that hit Accra and other parts of the country on June 29. In line with this, the National Post-Flood Mitigation Task Force has been activated to coordinate all recovery, relief and mitigation interventions. The task force, under the leadership of Brigadier General Foster Okanyeboa, Director General of the Joint Operations at the Ghana Armed Forces, will ensure an effective and coordinated response. Speaking at the media conference at the presidency, Brigadier General Okanyeboa said following the heavy rains on Sunday, June 28 and Monday, June 29, which caused devastating floods in several communities within the Greater Accra region and parts of the Volta and Central regions, a comprehensive post-flood recovery and mitigation program had been activated to restore normalcy, safeguard public health, and strengthen national resilience against future flooding.
Wide cleanup and recovery exercise will focus on restoring public safety, improving sanitation, and preventing secondary disasters such as outbreaks of cholera, typhoid, and other waterborne diseases. Particular attention will be given to the removal of refuse, silt, fallen trees, abandoned vehicles, collapsed structures, and other debris obstructing roads, bridges, drains, and waterways. As part of the operation, the Ghana Armed Forces will deploy personnel, engineers, specialized equipment to clear major drains, streams, rivers, and other critical waterways. In accordance with applicable laws and directives of the appropriate civil authorities, structures illegally erected within waterways or that pose an immediate danger to public safety and flood mitigation efforts may be removed where necessary. The Metropolitan, Municipal, and District Assemblies have also been directed to organize and lead cleanup exercises within their respective jurisdictions in support of the national operation. Their efforts will complement those of the Ghana Armed Forces and other security agencies to ensure that all affected communities receive the required attention.
Away from issues of floods, President John Dramani Mahama has honored Ghana's senior citizens, describing them as the generations whose sacrifice laid the foundation for the country's development. Speaking at the senior citizens luncheon at the presidential villa, the president stressed that the best way to honor them is by building a nation worthy of their sacrifices.
As president, I assure you that your voices and experience will continue to matter, and your counsel will always be welcome. My government is fully aware that the greatest way to honor our senior citizens is not merely by organizing ceremonies such as the Senior Citizens Day. The greatest tribute we can pay is to build a Ghana that is worthy of your sacrifice. That is why we remain firmly committed to restoring economic stability, creating jobs, expanding opportunities for young people, strengthening healthcare, improving education, modernizing agriculture, and accelerating industrial transformation. Through the 24-hour economy and accelerated export development program, we're laying the foundations for sustained economic growth that creates opportunities across every region of our country. We're investing in skills, technology, manufacturing, and value addition because we believe that Ghana must become a nation that produces more, exports more, and creates prosperity for all. At the same time, we're strengthening democratic institutions, promoting accountability, and ensuring that public resources are managed prudently for the benefit of present and future generations. These efforts are inspired in no small measure by the aspirations that your generation held for this country.
President Mahama also reaffirmed the administration's commitment to the welfare of older persons, assuring them of stronger social protection, improved health care, and better pensions as the economy recovers.
Protection, and above all, they deserve our respect. Government remains committed to improving social protection systems and strengthening healthcare services to ensure that our older populations can age with dignity and peace of mind. This is why the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, otherwise named Mahama Cares, has been set up to assist with non-communicable diseases, many of which are geriatric and complications of aging. I urge our senior citizens to take advantage of this initiative to help fund any health issues you might be dealing with. We're investing in growing the economy, and I pledge to our senior citizens that as the economy improves, we will improve not only wages and salaries for the active working population, but also improve pensions for those who have sacrificed tirelessly for our dear nation, Ghana.
Moving on, the government of Ghana has fully settled a $700 million Eurobond obligation ahead of schedule. According to the Ministry of Finance, the payment was completed on Thursday, July 2, 2026, and comprised $525.2 million in principal repayment and $174.8 million in interest payments. The latest settlement brings Ghana's total payments to the Eurobond holders to $2.1 billion since January 2025, in line with the country's Eurobond debt exchange program. The ministry said the repayment was executed through the government's planned financial agreement and did not place undue pressure on Ghana's foreign exchange reserves. And the Ghana Police Service has recovered 140,000 Ghana cedis and an AK-47 assault rifle after a robbery attack on a mobile money vendor at Lashibi in the Greater Accra region. Police say 2 armed men on a motorbike attacked the vendor and made away with the cash after firing at the victim's vehicle. However, the victim reportedly shot at the suspects as they fled, killing one at the scene while the other escaped. The stolen cash was recovered along with an AK-47 rifle, ammunition and other items found on the deceased suspects. The Accra Regional Police Command has launched investigations and is pursuing the fleeing accomplice. Now, away from that, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly has launched a month-long free refuse collection exercise to clear waste generated by the June 29 floods and help prevent disease outbreaks.
June 29 floods. The Accra Metropolitan Assembly has launched a month-long free refuse collection exercise to clear waste generated by the floods and help prevent disease outbreak. As cautioned by health officials, about 10 trucks have been deployed to support affected communities, including Aveno, where large volumes of flood debris are being cleared. During a visit to the area on Saturday, Mayor of Accra, Michael Kpakpo Alote, said the exercise forms part of effort to restore normalcy and livelihoods. He announced that fumigation would follow the cleanup and urged residents not to dump refuse into the drains.
There is waste there. They should bring it out for the Accra Metro to make sure we clean the entire community. But not only clean the entire community, we want to finish and come and do health screening around the community.
Residents of the hard-hit Avena community expressed gratitude to the mayor and the assembly for the intervention. Assembly member Alfred Asedu Ejay pledged
National Food Buffer Stock Company CEO Hanan Abdul Wahib Adli Duba has been arrested at the Accra International Airport over allegations of attempting to use false means to access funds in a frozen bank account, according to the Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Shremsai. He said the arrest followed the court-approved travel of the accused to the UK, adding that the Attorney General will challenge the ruling granting the trip. However, Ali Duba's lawyers have rejected the claims, insisting the arrest breached a high court order that allowed him to travel for medical reasons. They also dispute the existing valid order freezing his bank account and have ordered plans to initiate contempt proceedings against the Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General and BNI officials. Time now for some international news. Now, Iran's Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei was absent from his father's funeral as senior regime figures joined thousands paying their respects to the late Ayatollah on Sunday. Ali Khamenei's other 3 sons, Masoud, Mustafa and Maysem, all attended the service on Sunday alongside officials including President Masoud and Revolutionary Guards Chief Ahmad Vinhandi. Speculations about Mujtaba's condition, fueled by rumors he was wounded in the same U.S.-Israel air strikes that killed his father, has continued as he has not appeared in public since his appointment in early March. The elder Khamenei ruled the Islamic Republic from 1989 until his death in February. Official funeral proceedings of the late Supreme Leader began on Friday, with events planned across Iran and Iraq in the coming week. Iranian authorities say 12 to 20 million people are expected to attend the ceremonies, which they are calling the funeral of the century. Now, this brings us to the end of the WoezorTV report. Many thanks for joining us. I am Karen Naoyokote.
Gentlemen, I've got some bad news and some good news. Okay, the bad news is that your chances of getting prostate cancer are now just 7 to 1. In fact, prostate cancer is killing one man every single hour of the day in this country. Imagine that, one every hour of the day. But the good news is we're forming a team to stop that clock. Men United. It's time men united together to fight prostate cancer the way women have united against breast cancer. We need to get together and find a cure, as well as better ways to care for the 250,000 prostate cancer sufferers out there. Please, get on side and join us in the fight. Men United versus prostate cancer. We can win this.
Okay, next one. Sit down. Look to camera.
This is what it looks like to be exceptional, to stand out from the crowd, to make history. But what if women didn't have to be exceptional? What if they didn't have to be the first, the best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
Back for sports update on the Breakfast Cafe. My name is Godfred Amwafo. In fact, the World Cup is ongoing, but Ghana is out. Remember, early morning of Saturday, we were crashed out by Colombia, suffered a 1-0 defeat in the hands of the South American nation. In fact, after that, you've seen a lot of reactions. And of course, as part of that, the football president, Keto Kreku, and the sports minister have all issued statements thanking the Ghanaian population for their support for the Black Stars, and also urging the players to, forge ahead, asking them not to bow or even not to feel ashamed of their performance, and also assure them of government support and even the country's backing of their performance at the World Cup. It means that Ghana only reached the round of 32. You couldn't make it out of that stage. We were hoping to make it to the round of 16 and even progress to the quarterfinals, but it didn't happen. So far as it stands now, we only have 2 African nations in the the quarterfinals. We have Morocco. Egypt is yet to play in the round of 16. And so we have only 2 African nations remain in the ongoing World Cup. Ghana is out. But then this morning or late yesterday, we saw some message also circulating, taking all the attention, which has to do with our coach, Carlos Queiroz. Now, he also went to social media yesterday and also issued a statement. And I read, to Ghana, football, like life, teaches us one timeless lesson. You either win or learn. So this, even the statement he even said in one of the press conferences when we were at the World Cup, and he has repeated it in his message. I live this journey with pride in what we achieved, but also with a healthy dissatisfaction of those who always wanted more. Reaching a higher level should never be the destination. It should be the beginning of even greater ambitions. The future of the Black Stars will not be built only on the pitch. Black Stars success must start off the field by creating the best possible environment to prepare, protect, and develop Ghana's extraordinary football talents. To my president and board, thank you so much for the opportunity to serve the Ghana national team. It was an honor and privilege to serve the country and the Black Stars. To my players and staff, my deepest gratitude for your courage, commitment, and unwavering dedication to the team. To the fans, we cannot claim complete sporting satisfaction, but we can proudly say that we honored the colours of Ghana and restored respect and credibility to the Black Stars and football's greatest stage. Thank you, Ghana. The journey starts now. Now, this statement has garnered a lot of reactions. There are a lot saying that the man has resigned. Up to now, GFA is yet to confirm whether he has resigned or not. But this is what he wrote on Facebook and other social media platforms. I don't know where the explanation has to do with his resignation, but we are still waiting. You know that he has 4 months. He was given up to the end of the World Cup. His, most priority was to take Ghana through the World Cup, and we are already out of it. So as to whether he will continue or not, that decision has to be on the management of our football. But this is the message that he has also brought out after our exit from the World Cup. But then we are still on the World Cup, because if you watch the game between France and Paraguay, it was another game. And after that game, Kylian Mbappe spoke that yes, France also know how to fight, and even if they have to go to the mud, dip their hands in the mud, they will have to do it. And they did it against Paraguay, because Paraguay also proved to be stubborn against France. That game ended 1-0 in favor of France, and so it means that France qualified from the round of 16 to the quarterfinals. It was a KG encounter. We have the highlights of that game for you. The first time Paraguay, making it to that stage, it was a symbolic moment for them, and they were ready to fight with even their blood, because that game you watched was, even over football, you saw the strength, the energy they exerted on the game. But then quality and player in-depth, came to play in that game, with France picking that only win, that only goal scored by Kylian Mbappe. And it was courtesy, a penalty that France used to pick that win over Paris. So that's the highlights on your screen. But of course, let's talk about African nation Morocco. In 2022, we saw the wonders that they did in that World Cup. In fact, making it to the the semifinals of it. And so we thought that that was all. In fact, a lot of people thought that it was just a show off one time. They can't bounce back to do it again. But this time around, they are proving the whole world wrong. That's what they have been saying, that they want to show that what happened in the last edition was as a result of a hard work and determination, and they are ready to repeat it. They eliminated Canada, one of the host nations, by beating them 3-0. In fact, what a marvelous result. Beating the host nation by 3-0. Yes, that's the story of Morocco. And so as it stands now, they've also progressed from the round of 16 to the quarterfinals once again. And guess what? They will be meeting France in the quarterfinals of the ongoing World Cup. And so that's the highlights on your screen at the moment. Morocco, once again, telling the other African nations that Africa can actually make it if you invest in football. And that is what they are doing. But let's also talk about Norway. In fact, whoever prophesied that Norway will get to this extent. And guess what? Yesterday, they beat Brazil, almighty Brazil, 5 times World Cup winners. In fact, they were looking forward to make it a 6th in their 6th time of trying to win the World Cup after their last edition. And so it didn't happen. And guess what? Manchester City striker Haaland got 2 goals in that game, beating Brazil by 2-0. An emphatic win. And yesterday at the stadium, after the game, they did their famous celebration, the Viking celebration. And Haaland's father was in there, holding his wine and jubilating for his side, picking that massive win over Brazil. Carlo Ancelotti in that game, Brazil had numerous chances, including a penalty where Bruno Guimaraes missed that ball. And a lot of questions are coming up. That why not Vini Jr. taking that penalty? And he says that he's not even among the top 5 penalty takers in the Brazil squad. Guimaraes is next to Neymar, who wasn't on the field as at the time. And so that was why Vinicius Jr. did not take that penalty. And so, as I speak, Brazil is also out of the competition, and we are not going to see them in the next round of the competition. Haaland and Norway are through to the quarterfinals of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Let's talk about England, because there were a lot of pressure on them, especially when they picked that draw against Ghana. But then going forward, Thomas Tuchel's boys picked up the pieces. They'll be working it out for themselves. So against one of the host nations, Mexico, yesterday, it was another fireworks, because they had to play beyond their strength to pick that 3-2 win over Mexico. And so as it stands now, Mexico have also packed, they couldn't progress to the quarterfinals as England sees the quarterfinals. They beat them by 3-2. And guess what? The star boy of the team, the new number 10 of the English side, Jude Bellingham, got 2 goals before Harry Kane converted a penalty to make it 3-2 for the 3 Lions. And so they have also progressed to the next round of the competition. But here are the results from Friday to yesterday. From Friday, Switzerland beat Algeria by 2-0, packing the African country. Australia also drew 1-1 with Egypt, but lost 4-2 on penalties, making Egypt qualifying to the round of 16. So they are yet to play to see whether they will make it to the quarterfinal, and then they will be playing against Argentina in that regard. And so Argentina, talking about them, also beat Cape Verde by 3-0, ending the beautiful journey of Cape Verde in that regard. So that game ended 3-2 for Argentina, and you saw Messi scoring again in that game, bringing his tally of goals to 7 in that regard. Then on Saturday, Colombia beat Ghana. Canada also lost to Morocco by 3-0. Paraguay lost to France by 1-0. And yesterday, Norway beat Brazil by 2-1. Today, we're going to see Portugal in action against Spain, 7 p.m. I think this will be the biggest game so far in the ongoing competition. Portugal against Spain. The last time you saw this game was in the Nations League final, where Portugal beat Spain in that regard on penalties to lift the trophy. But then let's look at the Golden Boot, the race so far. Kylian Mbappe is on 7 with 2 assists. Lionel André Messi of Argentina has 7 goals. Erling Haaland of Norway also has 7 goals. Harry Kane of England has 6 goals. Ousmane Dembele of France has 4 goals with 2 assists. Mikel Oyarzabal of Spain has 4 goals. Ismail Sarr of Senegal, who is already out of the competition, has 4 goals. Ashraf Hakimi of Morocco has 4 goals. Ayoub El Kabi of Morocco has 4 goals. And Santiago Gimenez of Mexico also has 4 goals, and he is also out of the competition. You didn't hear your goats. Maybe Cristiano Ronaldo, he is on 2 goals so far. We pray that 3 goals so far. We pray that he gets more for Portugal in the days coming. It's a wrap for sports. My name is Godfred Amoafo. Entertainment is up next. Do stay.
The world's biggest football festival is here, and Ghana is watching together. This June, the Ghana TV Consortium brings you the FIFA World Cup 2026 live and free to air on GTV, Joy Prime, GTV Sports Plus, Adum TV, WoezorTV, Metro TV, UTV, Original TV, Garden City TV, Obono TV, GH1 TV, Ago TV, Onya TV, TV3, Max TV, and Sporty TV. 3 host countries, 48 teams, 1 unforgettable tournament. Follow every moment of the Ghana Black Stars journey, every rivalry, every goal, and every celebration. Enjoy crystal clear high-definition broadcast with expert local analysis and the passion only Ghanaian broadcasters can deliver. From the opening whistle to the crowning of champions, your football home is right here. The FIFA World Cup 2026. One nation, one consortium. Ghana TV Consortium, bringing you the best of the World Cup. Brought to you by Sportybet, Star Oil, MTN, Pepsodent, Kivo, Polytech, Lavance Tomato Mix, and Heaven Insecticide Spray.
Okay, next one. Sit down. Look to camera.
This is what it looks like to be exceptional, to stand out from the crowd, to make history. But what if women didn't have to be exceptional? What if they didn't have to be the first, the best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
You're still watching the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. I am Evergreen Asantua, and this is the entertainment updates. Now let's look at the headlines for today. And Ghanaian short film wins Best Actor honor at the Cannes Fifi. Now Ghana to host the 70th UN Tourism Africa Summit in 2027. Lyrical Joy and King Paluta turns resilience into a message of free mind. Now Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding turns New York into a pop culture event. And now to the details of the stories. And Ghanaian cinema has earned international recognition after When Malcolm Smiled, a short film by Waxprint Media, received the Best Actor award at the 2026 Festival International du Film and Inclusion in Cannes, France. First-time actor Ernest Dinko Jr. won for his portrayal of Malcolm X in a story that explores the civil rights leader's connection to Ghana and West Africa. Produced and directed by Mohamida El Muhaji, the film focuses on identity, family, community, and connection. Now, beyond the awards, the recognition shows how Ghanaian stories can use history and culture to connect with global audiences. As the film continues its festival journey, the Cannes Honor gives its team an important platform for taking this story to more people around the world. And a huge congratulations going out to Ernest on this one. I always say that these are some of the things that we love to see. And for someone who acted his debut film to win such a great honor, it is a big deal. And I hope that wherever he is actually celebrating this achievement or milestone. And also to Wax Print, kudos on this. And we're hoping to see more films. Yes, over the weekend, I went to the cinema to watch a film, and I had so much fun. And it was also interesting at the same time to see that people were there. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? But sometimes with what we see on social media and how we preach the Ghanaian cinema culture, you feel like maybe you might be the only person in the cinema until you go there and then you realize or you notice that there are other people also there who have come to also enjoy themselves and watch some films. So please, when you have time, I always tell you that enjoy your country so that when you get the opportunity, you also explore other things as well. So this is Ghana on a global stage. So congratulations on that. Now, away from that, Ghana has secured the hosting rights for the 70th session of the United Nations Tourism Commission for Africa in 2027. Now, the event is expected to bring together tourism ministers, policymakers, investors, and industry leaders from across the continent to discuss the future of sustainable tourism in Africa. Now, the summit will also coincide with Ghana's 70th independence anniversary, giving the country an opportunity to showcase its heritage sites, festivals, food, music, creative art, and hospitality to an international audience. Beyond the prestige of hosting, the event could create new investment and business opportunities while strengthening Ghana's position as a destination for conferences, cultural tourism, and heritage travels. And that is also another good thing that is going to happen to the motherland, God willing, next year, 2027. And I can't wait to see what the tourism minister, including his committee or the team in the ministry, what they are going to come up with and how yes, we are going to host this event. I just can't wait because we're also celebrating 70th anniversary, God willing, next year. And it means that we have a lot to show, in fact, and we need to top and up our game. So I can only anticipate, and I don't know about you, but I have so much expectations for this event, and I can't wait to see what they've got up their sleeves. But I know that they can deliver. In fact, they will deliver. So we are also wishing them well on this great milestone. Now let's talk music. An award-winning rapper, Lyrical Joy, has joined forces with Kim Poluta on a new single titled Free Mind. The song delivers a message of self-belief, resilience, and staying focused despite the pressures and challenges of everyday life. Built around hard-hitting production and reflective lyrics, Free Mind encourages listeners to rise above doubt, negativity, and distractions. For Lyrical Joy, the record is a reminder that success begins with mindset. The collaboration also brings together two strong voices in Ghanaian rap, combining lyrical depth with a message that speaks directly to dreamers, hustlers, and anyone working toward a better future. And this song was released on Friday, yes, just last Friday. And you should listen to it. In fact, you need to listen to this song to better even understand it and also get the message that you're trying to communicate. You know why? Yes, Lyrical Joe is a rapper. Kim Paluta was a rapper, but yes, you know that now he's into singing, right? But before I listened to the song, I was anticipating some bar lines and, you know, some hardcore rap here and there. But it looks like now Kim Paluta has become too comfortable with the singing that, you know, sometimes he's not trying to give us his rap vibe days. But see, if you didn't know about Kim Paluta during his rap days or when he was a rapper, then I think that you need to go back, listen to Kim Paluta's music catalog, and listen to back before the Aseda days. You understand what I'm talking about, and you know that Kim Paluta is so much of a good rapper, just as he is also as a singer. And I also love this collaboration for them. It's just that my expectation was different, but it still doesn't take away the fact that the song is a good one, and then they both delivered. Yeah, there was still some one or two bar lines also here and there, but I mean, I was anticipating some hardcore rap between the two of them. But I still love it anyway. Like I stated, it was released last Friday, and the title is Free Minds. You would want to listen to this song. Now, let's talk about something that happened over the weekend, and everybody is talking about it here in Ghana and also outside Ghana. Yes, so something beautiful happened at the Madison Square Gardens on 3rd of July, Friday. And since that Friday till Sunday, in fact, this morning, everyone is talking about it. So your favorite, my favorite, our favorite, Taylor Swift and NFL star Travis Kelce have officially married in a star-studded ceremony at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Now, the event was officiated by actor Adam Sandler and drew celebrities guests including Hugh Grant, Gigi Hadid, Bradley Cooper, Dakota Johnson, and members of the Kansas City Chiefs. The wedding became a major pop culture movement, with streets around the venue closed and fans gathering outside throughout the day. Beyond the celebrity spectacle, the marriage brings together two of America's biggest cultural worlds, music and football, with Swift's global influence and Kelce's sporting profile. The ceremony quickly became one of the most talked about entertainment events of the year. And trust me when I tell you that even up until now, we are not seeing like clear and more realistic videos of the inside. We're only seeing pictures and the outside, you know, in front of the Madison Square Garden, how people were sweeping in and out, the cars, the kind of people that were entering, and then what have you. And this is what Taylor Swift means when she says that, okay, I'm gonna marry. It's gonna be huge, but I also want my privacy. Yes, and that is exactly what she did. And they hosted about 1,000 guests. And imagine the circle of friends that Taylor has and that of Kelce's. And I am so excited for them. In fact, some few months ago, I came on here, I told you about the proposal and even how beautiful and also intimate that was. And to see that they did this. And also, see, I think that the fans gathering in front of the Madison Square environment, or even in front of the building, and even the streets on there, shows that Taylor has always had a solid fans. Yes, we know. But for people to stand out throughout the day, in fact, even on Saturday, Sunday, people were still going there. I mean, it was crazy, right? Because we know that the venue was closed. You can't enter, but you still want to be out. You're waiting to see what is going to come out, who is entering, what is happening. Oh, I love this for them. And I also love fans who love their celebrities, right? And this is absolutely beautiful. So we are waiting to see the videos that they would want to show us. I can't wait to see. I just can't wait to see. But yeah, there's been some one or two snippets, but very, very exclusive because you can't. And I just can't wait. I can't wait to see. But we love this. And I love the fact that everybody is also talking about it and how happy and excited people are for the couple. These are some of the things that I always say that we love to see. So this is what has happened. In case you missed it, I always come here to update you on that. And that will be all for today's entertainment update here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. And on Wednesday, which is this very Wednesday, here on WoezorTV at exactly 2:00 p.m. Tune Talk comes your way. And this Wednesday, we're celebrating something. Yeah. Do you want to know what it is? Yeah, this week, Tune Talk is officially 1 year. Yeah, 1 year old, and God has been good. So it's going to be an exciting episode this coming Wednesday, and I want you to do well to join me at exactly 2:00 p.m. here on WoezorTV on Wednesday. So I'll see you there. We'll talk the tune, and we'll make sure to live the vibe. I am Evergreen Asante. Thank you for watching. Have a good morning.
Gentlemen, I've got some bad news and some good news. Okay, the bad news is that your chances of getting prostate cancer are now just 7 to 1. In fact, prostate cancer is killing one man every single hour of the day in this country. Imagine that, one every hour of the day. But the good news is, we're forming a team to stop that clock. Men United. It's time men united together to fight prostate cancer, the way women have united against breast cancer. We need to get together and find a cure, as well as better ways to care for the 250,000 prostate cancer sufferers out there. Please, get on side and join us in the fight. Men United versus prostate cancer. We can win this.
Your flight is ready to leave.
Sit back and relax and enjoy the flight.
Only a father can understand. Only a husband can understand. Only a man can understand. Prostate cancer. It's about more than fear of cancer. It's about fear of losing urinary control and sexual function. That's why more men turn to Jackson South for robotic surgery than anywhere else in South Florida. Get the facts at jacksonprostatefacts.org. Miracles made daily.
Hi, I'll be surprised if you are not watching our beautiful session on Woezor Breakfast Cafe called the Wellbeing segment. My name is Harrison Ahogba, and thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for your feedback. We are grateful. The last time we met, we started a discussion on partnership. If you missed it, I'm sorry. You have to just go back, click on our link, and watch it again. Today we are building blocks, so yeah, is that not it? So what we are saying today is we've defined partnership the last time. We looked at the various features or characteristics. Today, we are moving on. The question we are asking today is that why partnerships? Why do people want to partner? And remember the last time I asked you, for you to decide to go into partnership, you need to know why, who, when, what, and even how. So today we are looking at some reasons why people partner. In the world that we live in, way back, our parents told us about barter trade. So it means that there's something that you have, somebody might need, or there's something you don't have that somebody has. So the whole idea of partnership is, who do I align myself with as an individual or as a business with a common objective, something that can change our position or narrative as we partner. So you don't just go for any partner. So the reasons why you go into partnership is very, very important. Just like the reason why you choose to eat nkosiani meko against jollof. There's a reason, is that not it? Now quickly, what are some of the reasons why I would want to go into partnership? The first one, again, in no particular order, is maybe I would want to increase my business in terms of expansion. So now you are operating in a certain place, and I'm going to give you a lot of examples that you never thought about are partners in your business. So I'll be basic. So for instance, you are into the sale of food. You are a food vendor. You cook whatever food, gobe, wache, kenke, banku, awesome. But you are in a particular location, and your customers are also at a particular location. Now, how do you make sure they get your food? They are working, they might not be able to leave their office space, and sometimes the distance can be worrying. And your greatest partner might be that dispatch rider. Yes, he is your partner. You never thought about it, right? Guess what? This dispatch rider can make your business for you. Reason why I said be careful who you consider as a partner. Imagine you cook very beautifully, well packaged, but the dispatch rider comes and he's full of his smell or the scent or the odor is not cool. It might put the person who is buying the food off. That's it. So first and foremost, like I mentioned, when it comes to this, you want to expand, you want to network, but know who you are going into that relationship with. So that is the reason I want to expand my business. Another thing could be that I am here, this is what I produce, or this is what I sell. But you have another thing at the other side of life that I will need. It can be a region, it can be outside the country, and I'd want the thing to come down to me. It can be important. It can be a fact that I'm exchanging some part of the business with you. So once you think of growing and networking and you realize that you do not have footprints in some locations, you might need somebody to help you. I just gave you an example of a dispatch rider. Another reason why people go into partnership is to be competitive. And I'll give you again some other examples. Sometimes what you are producing or what you are selling is great, but the competition is bigger and more tighter than you think. So you need to partner, or as it were, shoulder with somebody to help you push your brand. And there are a lot of things that has happened. In the past, there was a company called Sony, and there was also another company called Ericsson. Guess what? They wanted to be competitive, to take some stocks or some shares out of the whole business that Nokia was doing. So if you remember, we had a phone type called Sony Ericsson. Where is it now? And I'll come to that later. So they partnered to be competitive. So it could also be that they wanted to have a certain part of the market share just because they are losing out. So once you are competitive, I have something, you have something, we add up to it, we take a part of the market share in whatever business. Another reason, some people are very skeptical when it comes to business. So it's like, Charlie, this business I want to do, I'm afraid I might lose. So instead of investing 100 cedis, it's like putting your leg in the water small. Let me put 50,000. You also bring 50,000 so that when we even lose, I have saved my 50, you also save your 50. So risk. Some people don't want to take full risks, so they want to share. It could be a reason. Another reason, again, why people will go into partnership is because of resource availability or lack of it. There are some times that in life or in your business, you'd want to change, expand, or do something, but you don't have the money. And if you look at your surroundings, even if you sell anything or everything that you have, it might not add up. So what you want to do is you go to a certain Harrison, you go to a certain Cynthia, you go to a certain Joseph and say, listen, I want to do this. Can we partner? Yes, I have the goods, but can I use your space, your warehouse, your rent, your car, something? So remember I said earlier that resources in partnership is not necessarily money. Again, here you are, producing things nicely, but you don't know how to sell it. So you partner with a certain marketing strategist, a certain social media influencer. You are surprised. Yes, all these are partners. They can make or not make you. So the reason for your choice also determines your objective and how successful your relationship will be or not. So today we have learned in summary that it is important we are careful who we choose as a partner when we choose the person. And I'm saying when because the time the person comes in is equally as important as when you want to have a certain result. So for instance, there's partnership types that are just today's deal. Give, take, you are gone. Some can be 3 months, a relationship. Some can be 5 months. So we have short, medium, and long-term partnerships. Some can be 10 years. I remember a popular hotel in Ghana, and then they had a partnership with a facilities manager. After a certain period, the facilities was strong and firm. The people who came to manage exited. That is also another thing, because if you are not careful and you don't have the strength and expertise, it is important to call on people to help you. So thank you so much for watching us. Thank you so much for taking a pen and paper to write the notes. This is Harrison Ahogwa, and I am very happy because at Woezor Breakfast Cafe and this segment of our well-being, everything is dedicated to you. We want you to get better. So like I said, it is your TV university. You are not paying any fees, but please spread the news. We hope to see you again. Thank you very much.
The world's biggest football festival is here, and Ghana is watching together. This June, the Ghana TV Consortium brings you the FIFA World Cup 2026 live and free to air on GTV, Joy Prime, GTV Sports Plus, Adum TV, WoezorTV, Metro TV, UTV, Original TV, Garden City TV, Obono TV, GH1 TV, Ago TV, Onya TV, TV3, Max TV, and Sporty TV. 3 host countries, 48 teams, one unforgettable tournament. Follow every moment of the Ghana Black Stars journey, every rivalry, every goal, and every celebration. Enjoy crystal clear high-definition broadcast with expert local analysis and the passion only Ghanaian broadcasters can deliver. From the opening whistle to the crowning of champions, your football home is right here. The FIFA World Cup 2026. One nation, one consortium. Ghana TV Consortium, bringing you the best of the World Cup. Brought to you by Sportybet, Star Oil, MTN, Pepsodent, Kivo, Polytech, Lavance Tomato Mix, and Heaven Insecticide Spray.
Well, not too long ago, the great President John Mahama went to the United Nations and spoke for my people of Jamaica and the Caribbean and the Americas. And you said, we are not looking a handout, but recognition of what took place in the transatlantic slave trade. I thank you, my president. I am a child who suffer from this. Chains on my feet, whip in the hand. And tonight I sing a song to go along with your mission of reparations. Not a handout, but to acknowledge. But we're gonna do it not just reggae style, we're gonna do it high life. A high life remix by me, Gram Smargan of Morgan Heritage. Oh, President Mahama, I thank you for saying what you said at the United Nations. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Zimbabwe, not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Hello, across the ocean, torn from the land. Chains on my feet, whip in the hand. But Jah light carried us through the storms. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come, yeah. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Africa crying out loud. Now a new day of justice is born. Mahama, I give you strength. From Ghana to Zimbabwe, we thank you for holding the way. We say, Mahama, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. I say from Jamaica right to Accra. Now a new day of justice is born. Play it, Lord. Across the ocean, I was torn from the land. The There was chains on my feet, whip in the hand. But Jah light carried us through the storms. Now a new day of justice is born. Bahama, Africa, and the Caribbean as one. Now a new day of justice is born. Papa Mahama, Africa is crying out. Now a new day of justice is born. I love you. Much love from Jamaica. Ooh yeah. We say Mahama, justice must come. Now a new day of justice is born. We say Mahama, justice must come, yeah. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations.
All right, so this is the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. It's time we head into the next leg of our conversation this morning. As we from issues of flood, let's go to South Africa, right? Let's talk about what's happening in South Africa with regards to the xenophobic attacks. Recently, we heard of the death of a Ghanaian, but to what extent? When will this actually end? Now, I read from social media, I think the two leaders of this group, they are at each other's throat, right? I think Jacinta recently wrote something about the other guy, what's his name? But of course, let's have a conversation on it. What does this really mean for the continent? Why are we finding it difficult to find a lasting solution to this whole xenophobic attack? Karim is here. He is the international relations expert of the house. Karim, good morning.
Morning. Well, we thank God for life. We're alive and kicking. We're grateful that we're alive and kicking.
Like joke, like play.
Yeah.
No fault of mine. I find myself in South Africa for greener pasture, and the next thing is I am being beaten to death. Why are we even here, Karim?
It's a good question. I'm sure that it's a question we're all finding answers to. It's just unfortunate that we would have to, be finding ourselves in such a situation, especially, on the African continent, our fellow black men and women leading, this particular agenda, as it were. It's just quite unfortunate. And, it leaves one to keep asking, why? Why now? How did we get to this point? And what have we got to do to salvage the situation or as it were, make this a thing of the past? And you can't seem to pinpoint exactly what the solutions to this challenge would be, because whereas some people are claiming that the fight is against illegal immigrants and people that are living in South Africa illegally, you ask yourself that, is it the responsibility of the citizens of the country to drive out or deal with such an influx of illegal residents living in their country, or is the responsibility of the state or the government or the security apparatus? And so you ask yourself, really, where are they, in this entire conversation?
Yeah.
Randy, who goes on a protest carrying sticks, carrying machetes, carrying clubs, and all of that, if the intent behind such a protest is that it's supposed to be a peaceful protest, or it's supposed to be a protest where nobody gets harmed or nobody gets attacked? But you have people going on protests carrying sticks and carrying clubs and carrying weapons of all kinds. I mean, we've seen protests in Ghana. I'm a perpetual protester. You understand? When we talk, we protest. When they talk about Stubborn Academy, just look at what he's holding. We are part of that group. We do protest for a living. And I don't remember ever going for a protest with any weapon of any kind, or seeing anybody carry any weapon of any kind. Even the security that would usually follow us to protest or be at protest with us, hardly do you see them carrying weapons.
Yeah.
And so it's, it beats my imagination. But of course, we have the IR expert joining us this morning on the show. Dr. Ishmael Holovo has joined us via the phone line, so we can delve deeper into this conversation, try to understand how we got to this point, and what the repercussions would be for a country like South Africa, what the repercussions would be for other African countries, and how their relations with South Africa would be, especially with us, Ghana, knowing that we've lost a Ghanaian citizen as a result of the recent attacks in South Africa. Even though even as a country, we've shown some commitment by taking the step to repatriate our citizens back home. We've seen our fellow other African countries do same. Nigeria is doing same. And, other African countries are taking the same step as well. So why must we get to this point, and how do we solve this particular situation? Doc, good morning, and thank you for making time to join us today. Hope you're doing well.
Good morning, and good morning to you. I'm very fine.
Great. Doc, how did we get to this point? I know we've asked this question over and over and over again, but how did we get to this point?
Thank you very much. I think as Africans, we've got to be one because the South African government have been unable to create the environment that was now in about the same time. The government apartheid have not been able to provide for the effect of apartheid on their population. So, for instance, we still have about 70% of South African economy controlled by the white minority. It takes some reform, policy reform to address this. Unfortunately, because of the lasting effect of apartheid on the psychology of the black South Africans, they tend to believe somehow that the migrants is the source of their problem.
Doc, we're having challenges hearing you in studio, so we're going to try and rework the lines to get back to you again on this particular one. It's a bit difficult hearing you from the studio. I don't know if it's got to do with us or it's got to do with your connection. So we're reworking the lines to be able to get back to you again and to get the conversation going. But if you're just joining us this morning, we're discussing the recent killing of the Ghanaian citizen in South Africa as part of the recent xenophobic attacks taking place in South Africa amidst all of the protests and all of that being led by some individuals in South Africa who have taken the law into their own hands, demanding that residents living in South Africa illegally, even some who are living legally in South Africa, should pack their bags and go home. They've given varied reasons as to why they're making these demands. One has to do with the fact that foreign nationals are taking over their jobs that are supposed to be meant for South African citizens. Another reason they're giving is that there's undue pressure on social amenities, hospitals, schools, and what have you. As to whether they're justified for doing the things that they do, that's a question for another day. We have Doc back on the line. Doc, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, it's a bit better now. I think I can hear you better now. So let's take it up from where you left off.
So I was saying that South African government, after the fall of apartheid, were not able or have not been able to address the lasting effects, particularly in the economic front. That you still have a South African economy that is heavily controlled by a white minority. Now, that has left most of ordinary South Africans out of the economic space, particularly the formal economy. Unfortunately, like any other society, they are tending to blame migrants for their woes. And the violence you are seeing is also a replication from what you see during apartheid. Have this mentality of mass mobilization and violent struggle is still living with our South African brothers. And that's why you see that while they attack black Africans, they are unable to touch a white person or somebody who looks a little bit different from them. It's all the lasting legacies of colonial mindset, the psychological harm that colonialism and of course apartheid has done to Africa. So much so that we are more angered in terms of our other compatriots having issues with us than if another race is doing the same thing to us. So, of course, beyond South Africa, we must not limit this discourse to South Africa. There is this general trend across Africa of government having certain laws on their status books, which somehow claim to position or reserve certain sectors of the economy for their natives. Now, here's the thing. If you look at migration trends across Africa, pre-colonial, colonial, and independent, there is a huge number of Africans who are informal traders who will always be informal in the sense that they will not possess the requisite documentation, but they will cross borders and take advantage of opportunity. Now, in as much as we say we are integrating Africa, what we have been doing over the years is to integrate the state. That is to say that we implement policies or laws like AFTA, which focus very narrowly on big business, but failing to address the fact that a large number of your people are quite informal people who migrate, who may not even consider documents as necessary because they have ethnic and cross-border ties with their colleagues across the border. Now, as much as we want to enforce the former state, and we do not have a mechanism to allow these people to also migrate, that's particularly those in the low-skill sector, those who are earning low wages. We do not have a mechanism to accommodate them within the framework of the integration agenda. We may be having some of these issues. Some countries may not resort to violence, but it doesn't mean that there's no resentment in their population about some foreigners taking their job. You can even extend the conversation to Ghana, where occasionally we find our traders complaining that this activity is reserved for them. But let's face it, a poor migrant coming from Nigeria will be unable to invest the huge capital requirements that you are requesting them to invest to own a shop in Ghana. They will find themselves in the informal sector. So there's the need for African countries to have a broader conversation. How do you accommodate informal trading within the framework of regional integration? Without a proper way of addressing that, you will always have some instances like this. Of course, the South African case is the extreme one, that the fact that the government has looked incapable of even enforcing law and order is disturbing. And for the South African state, that is a challenge that they will face going forward. Because if you allow few citizens to mobilize and keep the state hostage, virtually make security non-existent, very soon they will move away from illegal foreigners or legal foreigners or whatever they define it to mean, to attack the very system that is supposed to protect them. So, in as much as the political pressure is allowing the South African state to look like they don't want to enforce their own rules against violent behavior, the after effect could be very challenging going forward for them.
The saying is that there is a systemic problem that we have allowed to fester over the years within the African continent, and that is what has resulted in the challenges we are seeing today. You're also saying that today we are seeing it clearly with South Africa, but in other African countries, the same challenge still exists, except that it is very undertone and people are not really out there pushing it. You've made an example between Ghanaian and Nigerian traders. The conversation then is, how do we fix this? You've proposed that let's have a conversation, but where do we start that conversation from? Who must lead that conversation?
The starting point is to recognize that the so-called informal traders, who we have described as people who should not be in a certain economic sphere, but who have the right to migrate. That is to say that we have to have a documentation process that allows also these people to have regularization within the system. Okay, so in as much as you said that this one is reserved for natives, okay, which means that those natives that define, because those jobs that you are reserving are virtually for people who are at the very, very low end. Somebody also does the same. Somebody also does the same. So you are saying that if you are having money, if you have the resources, then it's okay for you to migrate. Then you'll be called a foreign investor. If you don't have the resources, but you have the skills to go and set up a shop or run any low skill job, then you are called a migrant and wanted person. So first, we have to reform all these laws, have a common platform, how to regulate and regularize low skill traders, informal traders, who also want to operate across the length and the breadth of Africa. So there should be an African world approach regulating informal trading within the continent that allow all of us to have a common way of dealing with this problem. If we continue with these domestic legislations that say that a particular activity is done for one native or another native, then we'll have the legal basis for people to go and close people's jobs and say that they are not welcome. Africa will not look like that because some of those shops provide goods and services at a price that is very competitive that allow the very poor people you say you are protecting to also have access to services that they will otherwise not have access to. So I think that Africa should come together, reform those laws that virtually say that we are protecting there are ways you can protect native. You allow foreigners to compete, but there are soft loans. There are ways you can go about it, not necessarily having legislation that ban them from entering the informal. The large body of Africans who operate in the informal sector. So let us regulate the informal sector properly. Let's find a way to have migrants participate fully in the informal sector rather than them out of the informal sector. The whole Africa must revise those laws that ban people from informal trade and all these things because they think that they are protecting native.
Well, the unfortunate has happened. Ghana has lost a citizen in South Africa as a result of the recent attacks. What would be the best approach for the government of the Republic of Ghana to take as far as this matter is concerned?
Thank you very much. I think that the government has started certain process which is commendable, that we are calling for full-scale investigation. Remember, this gentleman was living in South Africa. The state of South Africa still has the ultimate responsibility in terms of law and order, in terms of investigation and prosecuting crime. The alternative is to escalate the issue to the AU level, which investigation, you insist on a multilateral investigation. But even that, it is still at the behest of the South African government to grant you that request or not. You cannot compel them to open their space for that. And of course, so we must continue to put the pressure to ensure that justice prevails. But then again, if you look at the donation, the posting of the South African foreign minister and our own foreign minister, it seems that the personal relationship between the two have broken down. That South Africa virtually see Ghana as a country that is giving it a bad image, not their own actions. And so I think because of their posting, it may be recommended that the issue be escalated to the presidential level, where the two presidents will have some level of engagement to try and bring their foreign ministers to some understanding. And I think in as much as we grieve for Ghana, we must also appreciate the pressure on the South African government, particularly the ANC as a party at this point in time. Yes, of course, I'm not saying that we should elevate policies above life, but we all know that within the political space, sometimes the position of government may change on a particular issue. If you look at the ANC, when the issue started, their position was anti the protesters, but gradually, because of political reasons, they are shifting and have to accommodate them. So yes, those political pressures are there domestically for the ANC. So I think that we should maybe the president to have a talk with their foreign minister for the two of them to calm down and see how on the personal level they can repair their relationship.
Does it look like a relationship that we will ever be able to?
All those Ghanaians would need cooperation between Ghana and South Africa to protect, and if in the worst case scenario, repatriate. So I think the two gentlemen, particularly those manning the foreign ministry, will need to have an engagement with one another and try and resolve their differences so that they can coordinate efforts and help people. This is a South African problem. It's also an African problem. We can isolate South Africa, but that in the long run, we will have to still find a way to bring them in. South Africa does. At this particular time. So, for me, I think that there's a need for the two people manning foreign affairs ministry in South Africa and Ghana to have some direct talk with each other, try to resolve perceptions about one trying to undermine the other country and so forth and so on, and then begin to work together.
Does it look like that conversation would be able to meet a consensus at all? Because based on the response that you've given, there's clearly an issue of, one side or either parties taking some sort of entrenched positions, where the South African believing that the step that Ghana has taken by going ahead to repatriate her citizens put South Africa in a bad light, when in reality that should not be the case, and as a result it's causing some sort of friction between Ghanaian authorities and South African authorities. Does it look like there would really be a point where consensus would be built? And if that consensus will be built, what would it look like? Because clearly a lot of the feedback that we are getting, not just from Ghanaians but even other African nations, seems to look like the South African government is not interested in calling their citizens out and setting the ball straight and making it clear that laws are being broken, and then taking the necessary steps to ensure that people are held accountable. As it stands now, I don't think that we have heard of any arrests or any investigation whatsoever going on into this particular murder and other murders that we have seen in the past. So what's the guarantee that indeed, if that conversation is had, some solutions or some agreements would be reached?
Thank you very much. In as much as there's no guarantee that a solution or agreement will be reached, in diplomacy, it seems like everything has come to a head. It is not the time to stop talking. It is the time to talk more. So, the alternative to this approach will be confrontational. And that confrontation may not end well for any of the parties. So for me, in as much as there seems to be distrust, there seems to be issues of who is right and who is wrong, it seems to be issues of South Africa trying to defend their image and all those things, we still need to engage them. We still need to find a way to have some level of agreement with them as to how we proceed in terms of protecting foreigners in South Africa and in terms of getting justice for those who have been murdered. So without having personal conversations, without having those backdoor conversations frequently, the alternative you have is to declare that you are ending diplomatic relations, the whole Africa isolating South Africa. But then before that, you must understand that you still have your citizens in there, and it is still life that matter. So far as this issue is concerned, you still need the South Africans to cooperate with you somehow to protect your citizens. So it will look like, yes, it's a long talk, but in diplomacy, when it looks like diplomacy is not working, there's more talk, particularly if it has to do with Africa. You cannot stand today and go and bombard South Africa. If you have the military might to do that, it is not going to be also a solution that we have seen work anywhere. Given the mindset of countries, when they envisage a very hostile approach, sometimes they realize that after the hostility, you go back to talk. So, regardless of either we have the signal that they are not ready or not, we still must talk to them. They still must be open to talking. It's about the things we put on the table, the propositions on the table. Yes, the economic pressure is there. You can start to put some level of pressure on their companies who will then be reporting home that no, you need to stop. Those are also options that you have. But I believe that even those options, there will still be need for talk.
In an instance where Ghana decides to report South Africa, is it possible that the leadership of South Africa can be taken on, possibly for these killings, since it doesn't seem to look like any steps have been taken to bring the perpetrators of the act to book?
So as I said, you have other platforms. You have the African Union, which we are already exploring. You have also, mind you, it's not only Ghana. You have other African countries. You also have the AU, the United Nations Forum, which you may also explore, which may push South Africa to a point where they realize that protection of migrants is a responsibility. Now, this is the thing. South Africa must come to a certain understanding that even if the person is an illegal migrant, if a migrant is right, and those must be respected. You can't just slaughter them and believe that because you are in your country and that is it. So I think that the pressure should be coordinated. It should be coordinated with other African countries. The issue may be escalated to the UN to try and push South Africa some more. Yes, other way of going about this. We must not stop talking to South Africa. That's my position. We must not stop talking to South Africa.
We must not stop talking to South Africa. Doc, let me take your concluding remarks before we go.
Okay, so I would say that for Ghanaians in South Africa, they should always adhere to the directives being given by the embassy, the High Commission in South Africa. When they must also take certain personal precautions. If you realize that the environment is becoming tense, there's no need to open your shop. In fact, you have to have life before you earn a living. And for those of them who feel like the environment has become too toxic, you can come back home. Ghana is not that bad. It's not, yes, we are all managing, complaining here and there, but in the midst of all this, we are still managing to survive. So you get back home, reorganize your life, and see the way forward. Your life is the most important thing. And as I said, Ghana must begin to coordinate her own policies with other African countries. Currently, it seems that the whole of Africa is operating at individual levels. It is when the African realize that the whole Africa is operating a multilateral sort of approach that they may be fighting. So I think that a joint statement by the Foreign Ministry of Ghana, Nigeria, Gambia, all those ones will carry a significantly higher weight than the individual approach we are using. There's a need for maybe Honorable Kujato to get on the phone, talk to the Foreign Minister of Nigeria, talk to the Foreign Minister of Uganda, and then maybe have a way that they all put up a joint statement. Now, if it becomes a joint statement, I think that the South Africans will begin to hear our voices some more. So I would want to see such an approach to employ in this case. But for Ghanaians in South Africa, if you feel that the environment is too tense, please, it's safer to get back home. For the shop, yes, close them until you realize that this whole issue died down.
All right, Doc, thank you so much for your time with us this morning. We are most grateful that you made time for us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so viewers, there you have it. Dr. Ishmael Holovo, he's an international relations expert and, of course, a lecturer of international relations, bringing us, some insights into what's happening in South Africa that has resulted in the killing of a Ghanaian citizen. He's proposed some solutions. He thinks that if we embark on those steps, we should be able to resolve this impasse between South Africa, Ghana, and, of course, other African nations. Very interesting take there from Dr. Ishmael Holovo. Question is, would we take these actions, or is it going to be the usual talk shop? That's a conversation we must delve deeper into, especially at a time when we are talking about the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement, a time when we're talking about regional integration and all of that. And very interesting takes there. And I'm sure that this recent happening would open up more conversations in relation to African integration and all of that. I don't know what Randy and Karen think, but I'll obviously take your bites before we go. Let me start with you, Randy.
Karim, there is one question I want to ask.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have, maybe treat it as a rhetorical question, guys. How many jobs have they created or have they gotten after, how many people left? How many Ghanaians left? Over 700?
No, now I think we've done more than 700.
Yeah, so
the first batch. Yeah.
So let's even peg it at 700.
Yeah.
After 700 Ghanaians left, how many jobs have they been able to get into? You see, let's not create room for these things. And Dr. Holovo made mention of something, and I'll take it from there, Karim, that let's not be blinded to the fact that we see snippets of this happen even in Ghana. I recall some time back when there was this back and forth with Guta. Personally, I didn't like the way we handled that situation. We didn't go to the extreme end. And he mentioned that what we are seeing in South Africa is just the extreme end of what we see on daily basis even in this country. Because you see a Nigerian selling guru on the streets. We jokingly say such things to them anyway, but these are realities. That do you have documents and all of those things? It's there's the extreme that we are seeing in South Africa. But what laws are there as a continent to guide us or to guard us against some of these things? Why can't I freely run my business in another man's country if we're talking about a united Africa? Without fear or favor, without what we are seeing. Because when I open it, let's even talk about the shops that the South Africans open here in Ghana.
Yeah.
We have Ghanaians working there. The one here, the one just here. Yeah. Our competitors. Oh no, why?
We can withstand when it rains, you know.
Yeah, we can. You get what I'm saying? Look at the Ghanaians, the number of Ghanaians who are working there. So, to what extent? Why then are you fighting it? You sack the people, you sack your own people as well. Where are the jobs? And I told you, I said it earlier that I think over the weekend, the Jacinta lady or who was fighting or, bantering the guy. What's the name of the guy? Yeah. You know, so even them, the cause that they are fighting for, they are chanting. It's just an act of wickedness.
You see, they say if the crocodiles chew all the fishes in the pond, they end up eating themselves. That is what they say.
Yeah.
And in all of this, I'm asking, where is African Union?
African Union?
Where are they?
Exactly, good question. Maybe the questions are all rhetorical questions. Where is ECOWAS? Maybe not directly.
ECOWAS, but
they will come later.
We are here. They said we should go back, so we are. So at now, least when we started Nigeria to they've
taken their people back.
To also start bringing some of their people back. But African Union,
it's serious.
UN, nothing.
It's a serious call.
No, wait. So what exactly are they waiting for before they condemn the act or call the president?
Well, the president, I think, recently held a meeting. So he met with the guy. That's where the issue came from. So you've gone to meet the president. So you are leaving the fight.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's where the issue. But beyond that, are we saying that I am just looking at the security apparatus of South Africa? Pardon me, are they that weak that they can't hold these people responsible? I'm just asking questions.
Yeah.
You dare not do that in this country.
Sure.
Like Karim mentioned.
Ask Karim, he will tell you.
You dare not. Go back. The police tells you go back, you go back.
If you like Sunday.
You baby. They arrested. We condemn it, but they arrested people. You remember that Obroni lady with the child?
Yeah.
Yes. And it was a peaceful demonstration. They didn't even carry placards. They didn't carry clubs and what we are seeing. You dare not do it in Ghana. And that's what I'm saying. It raises a question about the security apparatus of the country.
Yeah.
Do they have correct, good police officers? Do they have security that can withstand that citizenry?
The police day, the citizens today. Everybody.
But now, from commentaries, I hear there are people there who don't want to come back.
Why?
Look, it's normal with some people that you've lived maybe your entire life there. People left very early. You know, some people have been there for 20, 30, 40 years. They've now found a new home over there. But you see, you can't be what's the word? A landlord in another man's land.
True.
It happens, but it's very difficult to have more of it.
Yeah.
If the people say, please, we don't want you, consider your life, come back. Because normally, there is no father, there is no mother, there are no uncles. The way we will love people in Ghana isn't the way they may love you. Come back home. I'm just begging. If you are in South Africa and you know that you can't survive, it is not safe, come back home. The government has made everything possible. They are giving money to the people. The people who came back, they've given them some stipends to start their life. Please, your life matters. Make sure you join the next available flight and come back. This is your home. Come back. Let's start. At least the resetting is resetting. I'm done on that scope.
My addition to this conversation would be that we really must do better as a country for our citizens.
Not true.
We must create opportunities for people, and we must create an enabling environment for people to thrive. Because you'll be better to coin a baby for a cobra. So then how can I say? No, we must do better.
Yeah.
That's the long and short of it. we must do better such that our people would be proud of the nation that they find themselves in and not see the need to want to leave and go see greener pastures elsewhere. Except, of course, the skills that they are looking for are skills that do not exist here. But the avenues they are looking for, avenues that do not exist here, and that they need to go out and go and try other places. But if not, I don't see why our people should be leaving this country because of the fact that we lack some basic necessities and basic amenities for quality of life. You understand? It's unfortunate.
But with this, no. So, if I don't go access healthcare for them, what happens?
Where?
For SE.
It's your money that will show. It's your
No,
money
as they drive the people away.
No, it's your pocket that will show. The people that they are driving away are not.
You don't be the, no be the wholesale.
No. The Bombay say that last and bra.
Meaning?
We look at the visitor's face before we prepare his soup. So as a visitor, bottom never chere wa boom. I hope you understand. In your pocket we go show the stew you go chop. So
yeah, because I'm not sure they are.
No, because people still travel. People still
aside the West Africans.
People still travel to South Africa.
Yeah.
People still go to Cape Town for vacation and all of that. You know, this is just happening in some parts of South Africa. I mean, it's a long conversation, but I'm just.
What if I get to the airport and they say, "Hey, raise your hand. What are you doing here?" Go.
I don't think it's gotten to that point, but you know, we must do better. You know, we have to unite the continent. I think that those conversations must start coming up. Again, our forebears who fought for our independence did an amazing job at it, and I think that those of us who are there today and there now must get these conversations going and get people to understand what roles individual countries played. You understand? South Africa had to deal with apartheid for only God knows how long. It had to take fellow African countries to come into the fold and help us to get over that. And so it's a conversation. This is more psychological than you can imagine. And so we must really go back.
And I like the psychological part that you mentioned. Even in this country. People get jobs based on tribe. People are denied jobs because of tribe.
Yes.
I told when I was going to get my new place, they asked, "Oh, where you come out?" I mentioned it. The landlady went back, you know, but eventually. So let's not play as if we don't know. These things happen even right here in our country. We do it to ourselves. And away or free this side, and he's working in my land, in my region, in my city. So that sort of segregation comes. Just that we are not beating each other. But like I mentioned, we need to do better. We need to. The status quo needs to change. A lot just needs to change.
Very true. He go be.
Nah, take us away.
He go be. He go be with a talk at HL.
He go be.
Since class 6. So.
I know, but have faith.
Hey.
Hey, on that note of Igobi, thank you so much for joining us this morning here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. We come your way tomorrow, God willing, with another exciting episode. Until then, keep your dials on WoezorTV. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe. It's bye for now.